Hello there. Welcome once again to Living on Purpose. My name is Fola Daniel Adelesi, and today I want to talk to you about something that I consider very important. So I'm simply asking a question. Are you waiting or wasting? Many people have decided to wait because of something, or some people are in a waiting season of their lives. And because they're in a waiting season, they decided to do nothing apart from waiting. If you're waiting, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do any other thing. Take, for example, you're waiting to be married, you're waiting to gain admission, you're waiting to start a business, you're waiting to get a job. There are so many things that you can do while you're waiting. Let's begin with those who are waiting to start, maybe get a job. You can learn more skills. You can go and develop yourself. You can join professional associations even while you're yet to get the job. It could be that while you're joining the professional associations and interacting with them, learning from them, attending their regular meetings, that's probably where you're going to get your next job from. So don't just say that I'm waiting to get the job and then you sit at home and do nothing. Some people would put their lives on hold just because they are waiting to be married. Maybe a man or a woman. There are too many things that they are hoping that their partners will come into their lives and fix for them. Don't wait just because you're going to get something done at a particular time and it's somebody else that will come and fix it for you. While you're waiting, you can be developing yourself. While you're waiting, you can be growing a skill. While you're waiting, you can learn something new. While you're waiting, you can decide to keep yourself busy with something else. Don't just say because you're waiting, then you decide to be wasting. If you're waiting, it's an opportunity for you to grow. If you're waiting, it's an opportunity for you to learn. If you're waiting, it's an opportunity for you to develop yourself. Let me tell you why this is a moment for you to develop yourself. There are times when those people or those timing you think you're waiting for, once they come, you would not be able to do any other thing again. Go and ask some people who thought that they would start flying automatically the moment they get married. They realized too late that as soon as they got married, there was no time for any other thing. They had to do their jobs and they still had to take care of kids. Then they had to pay bills. So there was no time to return to school for some of them, except for those who have decided, okay, let's do online learning or distance learning and stuff like that. But for many people, it has become extremely difficult and they had all the time before they got married. But as soon as they got married, they couldn't do those things anymore. Some men too have been negatively impacted because they were waiting to get married, and then they got married and all the bills started coming in and all they did was pay bills and pay bills and pay bills and pay bills. Now they can't do any other thing again. The businesses they could have started, the opportunities they could have harnessed before they got married, it's now extremely difficult because their resources are being stretched, so they can't put money into some of those things again. So the point is, while you're waiting, or maybe because you're in your waiting season, there is so much you can do. You can't put your life on hold just because you're waiting to have a baby, you're waiting to have a spouse, you're waiting to get a job, you're waiting to start a business, you're waiting for capital. There will always be seasons when you need to wait. There will always be seasons when there's nothing you can do. You've done everything that you should do, but right now all you need to do is to wait. So in that moment of waiting, what exactly will you be doing? Are you going to put your life on hold just because you're waiting? There's something that you can do. There are people you can talk to. There's a way you can develop yourself. There's a way you can prepare for the next phase so that when the waiting period is over, you're even more prepared for that season that you were waiting for. If you don't prepare for that season and all you did was just to wait, by the time the season comes, you may not be adequately prepared. I need to tell you or just remind you that what makes you more prepared for the season that you're waiting for is what you do in the season of waiting. That's why it's important to plan and to maximize your waiting period. There are so many people who just keep waiting and do absolutely nothing. There are young people today who, while they were in school, maximized the moments when they were on breaks, learned one or two skills, started doing some businesses, and immediately they got out of school, they simply went into those businesses. They didn't have to wait for jobs anymore. Why? Because they maximized their holidays and they are doing better today. In Nigeria, for example, we have what they call the National Youth Service. Some people go for it immediately after their first degree. And while they are there serving their country, doing some fantastic stuff, they pick up opportunities, they do some businesses, maybe get a grant from the federal government and start doing certain things such that after the 1 year mandatory service, they don't need to get any job from anywhere. They don't need to do any business with anyone again. They have already been set up for life. So it's important that whatever phase you are in, so long as you are in a waiting season, you can maximize your waiting season, develop yourself, prepare yourself, learn more, acquire more information, gain more knowledge in that period while you're waiting. You can create something, you can create new products, you can create new services, you can design content, you can design curriculum, so that when your waiting season is over, you would have something to say, you would have something to teach, you would have something to show the world. Don't just tell us that you were waiting, 5 years you were waiting, 2 years you were waiting, 10 years you were waiting. What did you do in that waiting season? Whatever you do during the waiting season is what determines how well prepared you are when your waiting season is over. I hope you are not just waiting. I hope you are developing yourself rather than wasting. Please head on out to foladanielspeaks.com, or you check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Fola Daniel Speaks. Thank you.